Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady.
And I'm Aiden.
And today we are making a video to address the upcoming cold temperatures that everybody is kind of freaking out about. And justifiably, I don't even remember the last time we had frost. I think
It's been a while.
It was Justin's birthday weekend.
Yep.
So it was the first weekend of February. And we're now on March 9th. And it looks like we're going to have some mid-20s in the middle of next week. And admittedly, that is still several days away and a lot can change. It could go up, it could get colder. So we're making this video right now on speculation with the current weather. And specifically for people living near us, we live in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, 18 miles south of downtown Raleigh. Our forecast is not giving me any major reason to stress out. 23 degrees is my trigger temperature, and all kinds of damage will happen at 23 degrees or less. Looks like our low right now is 27, not a problem. Really, even down to 24, I think I would feel okay doing nothing. Now, that being said, one of the big advantages of growing in containers, and this is why I do have so many pots, is they're really easy to deal with if you're worried about your plants getting damaged. So first of all, you could move them. You could bring them into a garage or a shed or like under your house like we did. Yep. You know, you could go to extreme measures like that. No one's going to judge. You can also do what we've been doing this year with these modified tomato cages. So it's just a tomato cage with a burlap bag over top. And if you don't have burlap bags, you could literally use any sort of bag. Plastic would be fine. You could put sheets over it. And you could basically just stake these right into the pots. Now, of course, the pots at this stage have grown a lot, so you might need to do some finessing to get them to actually fit over. But these have worked great. We used these at Christmas when we got to 11 degrees, which is significantly colder than 25. And none of the plants really showed any damage. So that is one recommendation. So what about plants in the landscape that are way farther ahead because everything is so advanced? Well, you could actually take this idea with the tomato cages and a cover and do just what Aiden's doing now. And you can cover up small pockets, or, you know, you could put over more extensive frames and basically create small temporary greenhouses to protect things. You know, I don't know whether these larkspur at this stage, or say those poppies, which are way advanced, I don't know how they're going to perform with a sudden cold snap. This is uncharted territory. We've never been this far advanced this early, so I literally have nothing to compare it to. And so I don't have the absolute answer for anybody because I just don't know. I mean, plants are going to perform differently in cold depending on basically how tender their cells are, how tender the material is. And everything is super tender. You know, not just seedlings, but the trees are all leafed out. And oh my God, Aiden, do you see what I see? I see a billion apricots.
Yep.
Sorry, we just got distracted, but the Prunus mumes obviously did not get nipped, and you can see that they are now in fruit set, which is something I was hoping to avoid because honestly it's quite messy and they all germinate when they touch the ground, and very underprepared to deal with this much fruit set. Holy smokes. But now, as I'm literally standing here next to the flowering apricots, which are fruiting, we've got figs that are also starting to fruit, which is insane because it's March. And obviously these figs are way too big for me to protect. I am not going to do anything and it's entirely possible that these will have cold damage from the temperatures. Honestly, don't even know how to advise you on protecting figs this size. I mean, I guess you could throw some blankets over them. I'm not going to go to that effort.
I'm okay doing that.
Not doing that?
Not doing that.
You don't actually want to come out here and
Grab a ladder. Nope.
Not worth it.
Nope.
Right? And actually, that's an important conversation for you to have as an individual gardener with yourself. It's like, what's the consequence of the plants getting damaged? You know, are they going to die to the ground and reflush? More than likely, yes. You know, are they, if they're really special to you, if you're emotionally connected to them, do something.
Yep.
Otherwise, you know, you can relax. So what about your blueberry blooms? Well, it's possible you want to cover these. They are at the exact moment where they don't want to be frosted. If you want to have fruit set guaranteed, it's probably good to maybe try and cover them. You know, if your blueberry bushes are large like mine are, it's really challenging to do so. I'm not going to cover mine, but it is really unfortunate timing that these started to flower so early. So it may not be a blockbuster blueberry season in North Carolina this year. But the bottom line is you're not going to be able to protect everything. And so I would just say pick and choose. I'm not going to do any covering on poppies. I don't know what to say. I fundamentally believe that if your poppies are large, like so many of ours are, covering them will do more damage than good because they will get crushed. And if it's windy, that will actually cause even more damage than just letting them get the frost. Now, the good thing about this forecast, at least as far as I can tell, looking at it right now, we have rain for tomorrow, and then we have rain leading up to the cold. And the wetter your plants are, the better insulation they're going to have. This is precisely why citrus farmers run sprinklers when temperatures drop in Florida. And the ice encases the plants, and it actually protects them against extreme cold damage. So the fact that we're having rain leading up to the temperature drop is a huge advantage, but it also makes it more difficult to cover because you can't cover and then have those covers get wet, because then they will be heavy and they will crush your plants. So herein lies the dilemma of what to do, and why I'm really basically giving the advice of don't do anything. Yes, if all the poppies die from this, it's too late to resow them, for sure. We are in the tail end of poppies being established before they bloom and set seed. And all the poppies that I'm talking to you about are annuals. And in the southeast, they just don't live through the heat of the summer. It's just too hot. They need the cold vernalization for establishment. So it would be terrible for all of us to lose our poppies, but it would also be something for us to all learn from. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think so.
I think that if we were seeing 18 degrees, that would be a cause to totally freak out. And I don't know what the solution is other than to like dome your entire property, because covering individual plants is really tedious. My advice is try to be hands off. If you have pots that you're worried about, bring those in or cover those. But in general, I think, again, mid-20s, everything should be okay. All right, I hope this is going to be helpful for you. I'm not trying to trigger anyone. It's just I've been getting a lot of questions, and so I thought I would make a video in advance to give you guys my take on the weather. All right, I hope everybody fares as well as possible. Happy spring, everybody. She's a fickle season.